Okay, everybody, here we are. We are doing Beautiful Pain. We're doing the anniversary edition. Now, here's the truth. I have only listened to this song once. The only time I've ever listened to this song was the very first time I ever listened to BTOB ever. So it has been a few years since I've listened to this. In fact, I'll tell you, September 21st of 2023. So I wanted to go back and revisit it. I was actually trying to decide what we should do. And I thought to myself, I don't think I've listened to Beautiful Pain since I actually first heard it. So we are going to be doing Beautiful Pain. And we found a live version, so we're not getting the music video. Let's check it out.
사랑을 만나 이별을 하고 수없이 많은 날을 울고 웃었다. 시간이란 건 순간이란 게 아름답고도 아프구나.
나만 이런 쉴 시체 같아 말하고 있어 막연한 보답 아픔을 필 또 다른 아픔을 만나 옆에 있던 행복을 못 찾았을까 너를 보내고 얼마나 나 많이 후회했는지 몰라 지금 이 순간에도 많은 걸 놓치고 있는데 말야
시간은 또 흘러 여기까지
Such a good voice.
왔네 지금도 추억으로 남겠죠 다시 시작하는 게 이젠 두려운걸요 이별을 만나 아플까봐 사랑을 만나 이별을 하고 수없이 많은 날을 울고 웃었다 시간이란 건
Yelling for my mistakes 우린 실패로부터 성장해 사랑은 하고 싶지만 Nobody wants to deal with the pain that follows Yo, I understand them, no, yeah 이해돼 이해돼 사랑이라는 게 매롭게 하는 게 이제는 매 괴롭게 해 아픈 건 없어지겠지만 상처들은 영원해 That's why it's called Beautiful Pain
슬프게 기다리질 않네요 오늘도 결국 어제가 되겠죠 다시 시작하는 게 너무 힘든걸요 어김없이 끝이 날까봐 사랑을 만나
Larry.
시간이란 건 순간이란 게 아름답고도 아프구나
사랑이란 건 멈출 수 없잖아 아픔은 반복돼 이렇게 또 아픈데 또 찾아와 사랑한다 몰래 우린 누구나 가봐보면 돼 무기력하게 또 한 순간들 오래도록 기다렸다는 듯 아픈 사랑 앞에 물들어가
Okay.
그대를 만나 사랑을 하고 그 어떤 순간보다 행복했었다 그대는 부디 아프지 말고 아름다웠길 바란다 사랑을 만나
Let's go on and close my eyes and listen. That is way good. Holy cow. Okay, so I remember the very first time I ever listened to this song, I just remember being so struck by Penny because of one, his looks. He looks so different from every other idol there is. The other thing was too is like I remember thinking to myself, now bear in mind I didn't know anything of the group at the time. So this is me going in 100% blind, and I thought to myself, wow, he raps really good and his English is like amazing. Who is this? I seriously thought for like my first 2 or 3 videos that I thought Penny was actually the leader of BTOB. I'm not gonna lie. I was so impressed because him and obviously I don't know if Ilhun was still in B2B in around this time. Now that I think about it, it's been 2 years since I've even thought about it. But I do remember feeling pretty impressed with the rap line, just kind of in general too. So it was really cool. It was actually really really cool. I just remember thinking too that there was just something about the vocals, even all the way back then, and even though it was technically just the like the studio version, you could tell almost immediately that there was something going on here with the vocals. It was too obvious to ignore. And I mean, this is probably the first time that I felt like everybody in the group can sing, and especially as we get deeper into like their career, because you know I had bought the newest album of B2B, and I love it. And honestly, you know, even now I feel like Penny is very developed in his vocal power and his, you know, singing prowess as well. And again, this is just, to me, that they are in the top 3 discussions, you know, top 3 or 4 of the best there is in the industry.
우린 실패로부터 성장해 사랑은 하고 싶지만 nobody wants to deal with the pain that follows. No, I understand that. No, yeah, 이해돼 이해돼. 사랑이라는 게 매롭게 하는 게 이제는 매 괴롭게 해. 아픈 건 없어지겠지만.
Now, bear in mind, at this point, like, of course I had heard some of the best rap in, you know, K-pop that there is. I mean, G-Dragon and Top and BTS and, you know, a ton of other ones, but there's something specifically that really stood out to me about this particular, just with everything to do with the rap in B2B. I was so floored, and then you find out, like, I think he's originally from Chicago, right? And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that makes sense. And it's just such a nice blend. That's the thing that I think that they do probably the best, is that, like, there's a lot of times where I think just about every, you know, there's quite a few groups out there that have like a good blend or a good mix of like rap and singing, but Penny, and, you know, obviously I don't want to just bring up just Penny in this. Minhyuk as well, he does really good as well with his raps too. And I mean, especially since, you know, the loss, you know, not that he, ever since Ilhun departed from the group, I still hope one day that we do get a reunion of the two. But everything about this group just blows my mind. So now hearing it for the first time is kind of like hearing it now is kind of like hearing it for the first time. And to me, it's just brought me right back as to what it was that attracted me to B2B in the first place. And that was this overall feel of just like mature take on vocals, and then mature take on rap, but then also the feeling of just, I feel like there was a musicality behind it that I had not heard before. I remember feeling to myself that there was just something about this group that already within the first listen of this group, it already made me realize that they are definitely different and worth checking out. the song just has such good runs. And then, of course, like we already brought up the rap section. I love the rap section. It's perfect. It has the emotions perfectly laid out. And I feel like that everybody here just brings their A game. And the feeling that we get of just them delivering a ballad like this in a lot of senses, even though it's, I think a lot of times people think just like ballad means like love songs, but I don't know. There's a lot of really sad ballads out there, and that's kind of what I get here is this kind of realistic, real feeling song that is a ballad that just has so much pain and emotion and, you know, a message that it's trying to convey. And you know, again, this is one of those things that as soon as I listen to it, I'm like, this makes sense why I got into this group as much as I did, because I love it. It's such a good song. So anyway, let me know what y'all think about this, though. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you, and bye, Victus.